It's your boy Aristotle. We back with another episode of Stock Sundays, and today I'm going to be sharing with you guys where I think the market is going based on my personal opinion. Again, do your own research. You guys know what it is. Now, I got about 5 stocks that I wrote down personally. All right, all I ask you guys to do is leave me a like and comment anything, an emoji or whatnot. And we're gonna get right into it, folks. I ain't gonna waste you guys' time. All right. So first of all, everybody knows Bitcoin sold off. Okay. Tech also selling off a little bit. We had a nice little sell-off last week, an eventful last week. It was trading around 85, 84K. And then here we go, folks. Let's see what type of, well, for one, we're closed on Thursday, so short week. So everybody, understand that the market is closed on Thursday. And then we close early on a Friday for Black Friday and everything. So short week, just 3 days of trading. So what are we going to look for within these 3 days? Let's talk about it. First of all, let's go to SPY real quick. All right. So I have these green lines for a reason. Let's track something real quick. This should be a correction right here. So that means that's 10% down. Yep, 10%. So this is my correctional period. Remember, the market is a correction. Whenever the market is down 10%, as you guys can see, a market decline of 10%. And then we also have bear market territory, which would be right here. Okay. So if we continue down, correction would be right here. Bear market would be right here. All right. Let me delete these so we don't confuse you guys. All right. Now, one thing I do want to pull up is the daily 100 MA. Okay. And as you guys know, we broke out of this bullish channel right here. So at first we're in a bullish channel. All right. And what is a bullish channel? This is a bullish channel. Whenever you have basically pattern of prices slanting upward within a rectangle. You get what I'm saying? So we had a bullish channel right here hitting resistance and support, and then it finally broke down. Okay. So these things can break up or down. And then here it is right here, the breakdown. Okay. So it decided to break down the bullish channel. And when it broke down, it did a retest. Okay. So what does that mean? When it broke down, it decided to retest. But when it decided to retest, if you guys know I'm a Fibonacci guy, it had a double top. It was a great level. This was a great short level, by the way. Fancy caught 1,000% on this particular trade right here. Admin in our chat. And shout out to this person right here who made 10,000 in a week. People been getting to it. And I'm going to get really into day trading this week. But let's talk about it when she hit this 1,000+ trade. I think it's right here. Yep. So right here. And she called it right here. See that? SPX puts 1133. I'm talking about right at the top, right? Now let's talk about this particular trade because I do want to give you guys some analysis on it. So we're going to mark this double top right here. See that? Top. And then we're going to take the fib from about this first swing high and then to the first swing low, correct? And notice when it came up, it hit this area, which is the 50 to the 61 points. So you got to move the zeros, well, the decimal space over twice. So it'll be the 61.8 level, 50% Fibonacci level. And it's basically retracement levels. All right. And notice that when it came to this retracement level plus retest of the channel plus double top, there was 3 confluences in this area plus on the hourly, the 200 MA. So it's like a lot of confluences in this area, which made it drop. All right. And I talked about that a few times. You get what I'm saying? So, if you guys pay attention to my YouTube channel. So I'm watching for the same exact thing right here, which it kind of did do the same thing again. Right here, you see that? Came to this level and came down in this particular area, in this particular zone, right? So I always like to kind of see where the fib levels are. And on the hourly, we have a bearish pin bar off the fib level. So I wouldn't be surprised if we come up, retest, come down, or keep coming down. But my only concern is we bounce heavily off the 100 in May. So, you know, and on QQQ, same thing. Okay. QQQ, same thing. All right. So let's talk about the ones that I like. Now, again, the 100 MA is, you know, semi-important. Okay. We already below the 50. We're right at the 100. We have to see if this will hold. But based on the respect of the breakdown of this particular channel, who knows? You know what I'm saying? So we got to be prepared for both. We got to be prepared for and I would say this would be the areas you guys need to pay attention to. Whenever you have a large candlestick, actually, we're going to do a regular trend line. So a break above there would be what we will watch for tomorrow. And that would be on QQQ 597. And then on SPY, that would be the top of this thing. And that would be 665-ish. All right. To see if, you know, we're going to trend back up. Is this a simple, you know, drop so we could pop more because we're still in the bull market? Or are we going to trend down a break of this 100, which we have no more levels into the 200 MA-ish? You get what I'm saying? And we haven't touched the 200 MA in a minute. And remember, this is correctional area. This is bear market area, okay? So we could possibly fill this particular gap if the market trends down, you know? So we're going to see where are we going to do? Bounce off this 100 or continue below the 100? So I'm watching below 650.5 for puts. And for QQQ, I'm watching the low of this particular candle right here to see if we continue lower. So basically this candle is important. The high and the low of the candle is very important right here for SPY and QQQ, as you guys can see. All right, as you can see, that's what I'm watching. I'm watching the high and the low of this candle. But if I had to put my finger on it, it's very hard to tell because for reasons like this. So let's talk about some of the stocks that I do think are, you know, able to take off. We got a little triangle here in ACN right here at the 100. If it can get above this area right here above here, so I'll show you guys. This will be my first stock I'm watching. If it can get above that little resistance area right here, I say 255.5, it could go. So ACN would be one I'm watching for the triangle. But again, you have to watch below as well for these. So if it breaks this area, it could go beneath. So we have to watch for both areas. You know, we're going to see. I'm watching TTD, which would be my favorite bullish setup if we decide to trend upward. And we have bullish divergence on the RSI and the MACD. So let's check. Yep, bullish divergence. Let's see. Yep, like literally same one. So sometimes you gotta zoom in on these just to make sure You get what I'm saying? So right here would be the bottom. So it's slightly lower. It's what you want to see. And then you even got this little part as well that counts. This part. So yeah, bullish divergence, but off of a particular support zone. So once this lows a little bit, you'll see, okay, right here. So you see this area of confluence where it once bounced from. So again, folks, the stock market is about taking chances. It's not really about being right 100% of the time. You take chances based on the things that you see. All right. So right here, as you guys can see, boom, 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 right? Gone. It could go from here. It touched this area before and went. So, you know, this could be the area that it takes off again. You get what I'm saying? And it's oversold on the RSI, bullish divergence on the MACD and RSI. So, you know, you take chances. And the last stock we want to talk about is Meta. All right. So this one, like I said, oversold on the RSI. Usually when great companies like this are oversold, they tend to bounce, you know, tend to. So, and it's near the 61.8 fib level. So who knows if this could be a retest. Let's look at the weekly chart. And it's off the weekly 100 in May. So that's something to pay attention to as well. Off that weekly 100. And yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm watching SPY and QQQ for day trading purposes and short purposes. I'm watching ACN for a break of that triangle. I'm watching TTD to see if it could have some bullish action off of that particular support area. And I'm watching Meta now, guys. Make sure you guys tune in to my Black Friday sale. I'll post the waitlist link for you guys. And yeah, God bless you guys and see you guys next Sunday. And also, again, tap into the Black Friday sale. God bless.